Welcome to your mat, everybody. We're going to start a mini series that is a all levels vinyasa flow for the body and mind. We're going to start out with a Baptiste inspired 50-minute total body flow. This is a longer flow in comparison to other videos on my channel, so let's get started right away. And it will be followed up with some shorter flows, focus on certain muscle groups, and then also a relaxation flow at the end. So stay tuned for the upcoming series. Roll out your mat and let's get started on this Baptiste inspired 50-minute vinyasa flow. We'll be starting this practice in a child's pose, bringing our forehead to the mat, tenting our fingertips, extending our forearms, widening them for deeper expansion through the shoulder blades. Inhaling through the nose, filling the back body, exhaling back out through the nose for Ujjayi breath. Walking our hands off to the left. Finding the stretch through the right side body. Bringing our hands back to center. Bringing them out to the right. Extending the stretch to the left side body. Bringing our hands back out in front, child's pose, lifting slowly into table, extending our hands out for puppy pose, widening the hand placement to deepen the shoulder expansion. Walking our hands back into table. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat, warming up the spine. Taking these cat and cows at your own pace, combining breath and movement. Taking some hula hoop spines or creating small circles through the spine to the left and to the right, or staying in cat and cow. Whatever your body is guiding you to do. I am using my phone for a time basis just to do some check-in, so don't worry if you see that in the film. Planting firm through our arms and knees into table. Extending our right foot out, followed by our left into plank. Holding plank, engaging the core. Shifting our hips back, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. Remembering that slow does not mean less. We'll be here for a few breaths, building strength through the shoulders and expansion through the back body and hamstrings. Finding stillness and allowing fire to build. Connecting to the Ujjayi breath. Bending the knees, step or jump, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Connecting once again to our breath. Opposite hand to opposite elbow. Finding motion or stillness in this pose. Remembering a slight bend in the knee can offer relief from the lower back. Letting our hands run long. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folds. Bending the knees, inhaling our hands overhead, spinal extension. Exhale, hands to heart center, opening to the left. Meeting back in center. Inhale, opening to the right. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, bringing our hands to heart center, awareness and grounding through the soles of our feet. Finding a moment of silence to set an intention. Inhale, our hands overhead, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Finding some movement in the plank, lowering the knees down for chaturanga modification. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, moving slow like we're moving through honey. Stillness or pedaling out the legs here. Allowing your body to be the teacher. Step or jump, top of mat. Inhale halfway, exhale fold. Bending the knees, inhaling our hands overhead, spinal extension. Dive down, halfway lift, exhale forward fold, stepping back to plank. Exhale chaturanga, inhale upward facing dog, exhale downward facing dog. Building lots of heat in our shoulders early on in this practice. Bending the knees once more, step or jump, top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, hands meet at heart center, opening to the right. Exhale, back to center, opening to the left. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, dive down, step back to plank. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, step or jump, top of mat, halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dive, step back to plank. Chaturanga, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Trying to find stillness and stay in our downward facing dogs for longer breath counts, building more heat and more strength throughout the body to be able to tackle more difficult poses. Inhale, right leg steps, left foot out at 90-degree angle, warrior one. Finding stillness for 5 breaths. Exhale, hands frame the foot, step back to plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Connecting to our breath once again, we're introducing each pose through a count of 5, then adding more movement. Right foot, left foot steps. Inhale, hands overhead, warrior one, left side. Any arm placement is welcome, keeping both hip points forward, 90-degree angle in the left knee. Hands frame the foot, step back to plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot rises. Exhale, stepping it through, left foot out at 90-degree angle, warrior one. Exhale, hands frame the foot, step back to plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot rises. Exhale, step it through, right foot out, 90-degree angle, warrior one. Exhale, hands frame the foot, step back to plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, step or jump, top of mat. Halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Both hips pointing forward, sinking back through our glutes, reaching through our fingertips. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot rises. Exhale, step it through. Both toes facing forward, crescent warrior. Engaging our posture and strength by pulling our thighs in together. Hands frame the foot, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot rises. Exhale, stepping it through, meeting in crescent. Hip points forward, both toes forward. Exhale, hands frame the foot, step back to plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, step or jump, top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, Utkatasana, chair pose. Making sure one knee is not out in front of the other. Both hip points forward. Sinking through our hips, reaching through our fingertips. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot rises. Step it through, meeting crescents. Hands frame the foot, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot rises. Step it through. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, hands to heart center. Opening to warrior two. Gaze out over the right fingertips, connecting to our breath. Right knee out at our right pinky toe. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheeling the hands down, step back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot rises. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, hands to heart center. Opening, warrior two. Gaze out over the left fingertips. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands. Step back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Letting our heels fall out to the right. Left hands overhead, side plank. If you need to modify, lowering one knee down to the mat. Coming back through to center. Heels fall out to the left. Inhale, right hands overhead, side plank. Modification by lowering one knee down. Meet back to center. Shifting our hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, step it through. Low runner's lunge to crescent. Hands to heart center. Left elbow outside of right knee for a twist. Gaze up at our right elbow. Breath slow and deep. Release. Crescent. Hands frame the foot. Bringing our left foot out at a 90-degree angle. Cartwheeling the hands. Meeting in warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, right forearm to right thigh. Left fingertips reaching overhead. Or bringing those right fingertips to the mat. Or taking a bind. Any of the three options is appropriate if that's what your body needs. Coming out, hands frame the foot, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet, finding stillness. Inhale, left foot rises. Exhale, step it through. Low runner's lunge. Inhale, crescent. Engaging our core. Inhale, crescent. Finding stillness. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bringing right elbow outside of left knee for a twist. Slowing and deepening the breath, allowing it to flow even through the twist. Releasing, hands frame the foot, right foot out at 90-degree angle, cartwheeling the hands, warrior two. Left knee out by left pinky toe. Gaze over the left fingertips, reverse. Exhale, left arm, left thigh. This is option one. Feel free to stay here or play here by bringing the left fingertips to the mat. Stay or play, also offering a bind. Allowing your body to be the teacher. Release. Hands frame the foot. Step back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet, finding a moment of stillness. Bend the knees, taking a rest pose, sinking into child's pose. Lifting back into downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet. Bending the knees, step or jump, top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. Bringing hands to heart center. Hooking left elbow outside of right knee for a twist, making sure one knee is not jutted out in front of the other. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Toe heeling our feet out to hip width apart. Bringing our peace fingers to our big toes. Finding lengthening through the back body. Bending the knees slightly to relieve pressure on the lower back. Inhale, letting our hands run long. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Right elbow outside of left knee. Twist, gaze up over our right shoulder. Bring it back up through center. Mountain folds. Toe healing the feet out. Gorilla pose. Palms under the toes. Small bend in the knees to release the back of any pressure. Release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Looking over our left shoulder. Back through center. Looking over our right shoulder. Tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, step or jump, top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, bringing them to heart center. I'll turn to face you, but feel free to stay where you were. Inhale, lifting our right knee off the ground for right knee raise. Engaging our core, extending through the crown of the head. Opening the knee out to the side. Bringing the sole of the foot to the inner thigh, tree. Extending our hands overhead. Remembering that our foot can be at the ankle, the shin, or the inner thigh, but no pressure on the knee or ankle joints. Inhale our hands overhead for added balance. Release, bring the knee into center and lower down. Inhale, left knee lifts, peeling the left foot off the mat, engaging the core. Opening the knee out to the side, grounding through the right sole of the foot. Bringing that sole into the inner thigh or kickstanded. No pressure on ankle or knee joints. Hands are overhead, maybe swaying the branches to create additional balance or adding an element of challenge by closing your eyes. Releasing both feet down, peeling our right foot off the mat, kicking it into our right hand, dancer. Bringing it back down, peeling our left sole off the mat, kicking the sole of the foot into the left hand, dancer, other side. Bringing it back down. Inhaling our hands overhead, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, plank. Set up your plank. Chaturanga. Oh, just kidding. Coming through to seated. Lifting in our boat pose, creating a tabletop with those shins. Engaging our core, finding stillness. Bringing our interlaced fingers back and forth, rowing position to the mat for oblique twists. bringing our knees in meeting in crisscross. Left elbow, right knee, right elbow, left knee at your own pace. Bringing our hands in a triangle under our tailbone, lifting our legs, lower 6 inches, lower 6 more, lower 6 more, and hold. Bending the knees, bringing our legs back up, lower 6 inches with control, lower 6 more. Parallel to the mat, bending the knees, grabbing our knees, rotating left and right for a lower back massage. Crossing the ankles, meeting back once more in a tabletop position. Chaturanga, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, send it forward, take flight, warrior 3. Stepping back into crescent. Stepping the foot up a couple inches, pyramid pose. Exhale, fold. Connecting to your breath, slowing down your practice. Stepping our left foot back, grounding the foot in a 90-degree angle. Warrior 2, reverse, straightening the knee, right hand to right shin, left hand extending overhead for triangle. I love this part of the practice when you enter into groundness. Both toes facing side of mat, wide-legged forward folds. Walking it back up, toe healing the feet in. Hands frame the foot, step back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot rises. Exhale, stepping it through. Crescent. Warrior 3. Stepping it back, bringing the foot up a couple inches, fold, pyramid. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melting deeper in this pose, feeling the connection, grounding and rooting through our feet. Step back, coming into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse, straightening the left knee. Exhale, left palm to left shin, right hand extends overhead, triangle. Hands frame the foot, step back, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Bring it across, melting into pigeon, walking our forearms down, connecting to your breath. If you're not ready for that, extending the arms and stretching through the crown of the head. Bringing awareness into your body. Slowing down, unwinding from the day. Slowly coming out, windshield wipering the legs back and forth, bringing blood flow back into that hip. Pigeon left side, melting into the pose, releasing all of the connections, attachments, stories of the day. Coming out, windshield wipering, taking a counter pose. Finding stillness, rolling one vertebrae down at a time, interlacing our fingertips, extending in our pelvis upward to bridge. I offer you some straight leg raises, right side, or stillness. Left raises, or stillness. Reaching through the pelvis, releasing down, bringing our knees in, kicking our toes up, shoulder stand, folding if needed, bringing our toes behind our head. If this is too intense, you can try raising one leg at a time, releasing some of the pressure. Slowly unwinding, rolling down one vertebrae at a time, bringing our knees in, letting them fall out to the left, supine twist. Bringing them back in through center whenever you're ready. Letting them fall out to the other side. All of the hard work is over, treating ourselves, indulging in the silence, the stillness, the grounding. Bringing our knees back through to center, extending our legs, one hand on the heart, other hand on the stomach. Final Savasana pose. Feel free to pause the video and stay here as long as you need. When you're ready to roll out, bringing some awareness back to your body, rolling your wrists or ankles, coming onto your left or right side, lifting into your seated meditation. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. Thank you. I originally anticipated this flow to be a 50-minute class, but given your hard work and efforts, we finished more around 40 minutes. I do apologize for the quick finish, but we covered every move, every flow, and challenged our body in so many unique ways. I hope you enjoyed, and please comment, like, and most importantly, to help this channel grow, subscribe. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Remember to take your mindfulness on and off of the mat, applying principles from your practice in your everyday life. Bye.